What's up, guys? This is Tabletop Vibes, and today we're taking a look at Springsign by The End Games. So, this game, super fun. It's based off of like your different animals in a cool city, little town area, and you're trying to have the most popularity to gain the most votes to become the mayor.
The mayor.
I'm not gonna lie to you, spoiler alert, you're looking at the mayor of that town.
Lucky. Again.
Wait, no. Oh, I know I lost. No, my mom won. Our mom won.
Well, in all fairness, you did give her the win. So
I strategized on how to do it. Mom, you're watching this. You owe me. Anyways, it's a really fun game. Essentially, what you're going to do is you're in a town, trying to become mayor, trying to get the most popularity, trying to get the most votes, and then how many votes you need is depending on how many players are playing. And you can play up to 6 players in this game.
Yeah.
And so it plays pretty quick. It's a lot of fun. There's also a couple different game modes you can add in, like Ruthless Bandits.
Yep.
We'll tell you how the game works, though.
Yeah, and I like the fact of the game, too, is that, you know, especially as you get into more of the advanced play games, is that everybody, you have to, like, work together so that way the extra player, which is essentially the bandits, and don't win the mayor.
Right, and the anarchy. So we'll get into it. How the game works is everybody has an asymmetrical ability or a player board with a special power. If you're playing on the adept side, this is an asymmetrical ability. If you're not, if you're going to play a beginner game, which we do recommend playing your first one.
For sure, start.
Like after a couple games we played, you definitely need to play
immediately after the first game. It's like you gotta play the extra.
Yeah, the player abilities are super cool. I was the proprietor. Is that how you say it? I was Barkeep Murphy Barnes.
Murphy Barnes.
He's a pig. It's pretty awesome.
I was the turtle gardener guy.
Gardener.
You know, he gets way cooler when he's in the adept mode because he gets to have as much inventory as he wants.
You can hold unlimited inventory, and he has some other cool like superpower that's like about like being slow or speed and then my guy he invests in buildings, and whenever someone goes to that building, I get certain things. Yeah, again, there's like 4 other characters. We'll show them up on the screen. They're really cool.
Yep.
The base game is fun to learn to get the core aspect of the game down, which we'll kind of go over, but you should play with adept. It's fun. But yeah, you're going to take your player board, and you all start off with different resources based off player order.
Yep.
And then the game starts off, you have buildings, which you don't go to. They're just kind of a passive effect.
They're almost like markets. You know?
Yeah, they're like markets. There's 3 buildings and 3 relics, and there's kind of like 6 markets you can go to. And there's actions on your player board that tell you what you have to spend and what you do with those. So a couple of the resources that's out there, you have fish. Very important. It helps you be able to
helps you build your inventory.
Yes, helps you go gain other resources by called the feed action. It's kind of like a free action. You can take it and still do another action. You have
the sell action, which is also another free action, where you can sell 2 of your resources as long as you have the proper work.
It's an orange.
Inventory.
Is it orange?
Yeah, it's kind of like an anvil type deal thing, and you're able to use that with another
any other
inventory to be able to get any
or you can
other item that you need to be able to fulfill like the set of 3 to be able to get the extra bonuses.
And then you also have muscle, which is the red token, which helps you fight and combat the bandits, which we'll get into. These guys are mean.
You have study, so that's the essentially the books.
The books, they're blue.
They allow you to be able to collect relics, which help you.
Oh, those are purple.
Bonus.
The lore purple gets you relics. And then the news, which is blue, helps you get, and this one is my favorite, you can hire settlers that are in town to come work for you to gain and create that engine to generate resources.
Yeah, so at the beginning of every single turn, you're able to collect and get extra inventory just right off the bat without having to spend any of your feed or fish.
Yeah, exactly. So then those are kind of like the resources. And so what you will do then is on your turn, you will pick an action. Feed, hire, relic buying, explore is really fun. You get to go explore, which opens up new world, buildings, relics, mostly bandits. When we were playing, we were so inundated with bandits, and I'll tell you why. So there, you can play 5 or 6 or 4. We played a bunch of different times. I think we played at 2, we played at 4, we played at 5. The other cool part is you're playing with anarchy. So anarchy, all the bandits have anarchy on it, little flame tokens.
Little fires.
And some settlers are little disgruntled dudes, kind of. They come in just angry. And essentially at the end of every round, whoever has the highest popularity will gain a vote.
Yep.
Well, Anarchy can gain and win the game.
Because if you don't use your fight or your strength to be able to take out those bandits, they have the most anarchy, which enables them to get as much popularity and end up having most.
It is not good
to get to vote.
So it's kind of the cool aspect of this game too, as well, is that you are forced to work together to stop the bandits, because if not, it's going to overrun, and anarchy will be reign supreme.
Yeah. And one of the cool things too about the popularity chart, there's like 7 levels of it. If you happen to go over the 7 levels, you get an automatic vote and be able to start back at 1 and continue to build up. So there are definitely points in time when you're like, hey, I'm not going to bother with the bandits. I'm going to build over popularity and try to build above and get maybe 2 points inside that.
Right.
round.
And then that's where it comes into do I help the fellow good of the town, or do I do my own agenda?
Just straight selfishness.
Right. It's politics.
Yeah.
Freaking interesting. Anyways, so yeah, the other thing that's really cool is, so there's buildings. When you take an explore action, you can possibly get a new building to put out there. The buildings are super cool because they're passive effects that once you do, they trigger. So one in our game that was like the trifecta,
dude, the best.
And nobody was stopping it because bandits were just getting drawn left and right. Anytime we explored and anytime we spent 2 different kind of resources, we gain a heart. So every time you explore, because you have to spend 2 different resources to explore, you were gaining 2 hearts.
Yep. It was amazing. And if you got the first player chit, the token for that, you were able to collect and use all the feed that you collected at the end of the turn. When you end up with all your inventory, you can't do anything. You collect a harvest, and the harvest automatically gives you free fish. And if you are the first to do it, you collect the fish, you collect your first person token, and in that game we were just collecting all of the yellow tokens, just the work token, to be able to let you explore and just use that engine. Yeah,
and that's the thing is with this game, you want to combo. You're trying to get the right resources to keep comboing things, because the longer you can push having to go back, that season ends for a person when they go back to their homestead, which is like you're taking the action to essentially rest. You're done. You can't do any more. You take your harvest and you go back, and then once everybody does that, then you go into resolving the bandits. The disgruntled workers leave. If they still have a token on it, means that they didn't get used up. They're pretty annoyed that they weren't chosen to be part of the workforce, into your company, your town. So they leave, and then the anarchy sets in, and they get to just run wild. And then
burn through.
You do your harvest, and then you replenish all the things. So if you have hired workers, they just generate goods for you. You repopulate the whole entire board with stuff, and you go again. And the person
use up all your inventory all over again.
And then the person who has the token, first player token, starts the season first, and you go back through it again until someone hits that threshold of votes.
And my favorite game that we played was the one where we had that engine going. And the biggest disadvantage of going and exploring is that you collect the world card, and that will either put a new building over an existing one, it'll replicate a relic, which is great when that happens, but it also comes with the bandits, and that's why we had bandits galore, and we almost lost to the anarchy.
Right. He was at, I think when Mom won, she literally won by 1 against anarchy. It was crazy. I was doing awful, to be honest.
You were at I don't know, we're still at popularity 1 from the entire turn. I don't know what you were doing.
The first entire round, I moved 1 popularity, and I don't know what I was doing, but I started figuring it out. But chaining and comboing is everything in this game. But there is some hate drafting a little bit aspects, like the whole putting a building on. You can cover a passive ability with a different one, especially if you see that Eric is stocking up on, he's going to go explore next turn, and these 2 are out here tapping.
Down.
Nope. But you could also, the gamble is you get a bandit, which you do get paid out 2 resources.
It does have some advantage.
But you also get relics, and relics are cards you can go buy that kind of break the game-ish. I got a really cool one. It was a one and done card, but I spent 2 forge tokens, and I got to take 5 fish.
And then you proceeded to take the first person token the next round and took all the resources.
I did.
Except you're kind of a jerk and left all of the guys that were angry.
I left all the anarchy settlers with angerness out there for the whole entire rest of the group. Scored a bunch of points, and I was just like, good luck, guys. I was definitely campaigning for me, for sure.
A lot of campaigning for him. He still lost.
Still lost hardcore.
But
should have been a better townsfolk.
perhaps.
But yeah, you have settlers, bandits, again, relics, buildings. It's just a ton of fun with the how it works and it plays, and it also plays really kind of quick because each turn is you either have it or you have the resources to spend or you don't.
And it's the cool part is you're going team by team, turn by turn by turn, right?
Yeah.
And it's simple resources. You can have 1, 2, or 3 of them. If you either, like I said, have them or don't, and it's really easy to be able to work with.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is remembering that you can sell, because I did not realize that a bunch of times.
No,
you can sell.
I forgot about that too.
Because you can trade in like a forge and something else, or 3 of it one kind to get something another different kind.
Yeah.
And then again, like we stated, using the add up abilities and the asymmetrical powers, super cool.
Yep.
And it just keeps everything fresh. They give different abilities. They make things more expensive. I think like to take one of the actions, it was 4. It was like 4 tokens instead of 3, which that's expensive.
It is.
And then you get the. I think we talked about fighting the bandits, right?
Yeah, we did not actually.
Well, so you can also fight the bandits. You spend 3 muscles and you kick the bandits out of the town.
But they give you super resources. They either give you extra popularity, or they'll give you
per bandit in town.
Yeah, which can be huge.
I got 3,
4.
Yeah, I got 4 because we just kept bandits just kept populating the crud out of the town.
We had a lot of them.
So you either could take like the top, which is also really lucrative.
Yeah.
Because for you were at 7 and you just needed to be pushed over.
Yeah, and then it's like you can usually you can have like a whole variety. Like you can end up with like 3, like a blue, a green, and a purple.
Yeah.
And
a heart.
And a heart. Yeah, there was that one. And there's also ones where you can select any one that you want too. That was a really cool bandit.
So like it's just really cool the way you're playing a game to win for yourself. You're working together to stop the bandits. You're trying to hire workers to generate your income every turn, so you don't have to use all your feed tokens or try to get feed tokens. And you're also trying to align the buildings to use passive abilities while you explore to get the most popularity, to get the votes to become mayor.
Yes.
It's a blast.
Or lose, both
of us. Yeah. But we did. It's a really fun time. It's coming to Kickstarter super soon, so definitely keep a lookout.
Give it a go.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, and comment on your favorite. I don't know.
We'll call it an animal again.
Yeah. Animal, building.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know. Again, check out Springsign.
Springsign.
Super fun, super cool. We're TableTopVibes. We'll check you next time.